Hi, my name is Tony L. Harris, founder and CEO of the Harris Training Group. And this is the 3-minute mindfulness meditation, a 30-day challenge. You know, I've been meditating for over 40 years. And many of you may look at me and think, this guy, I could have never imagined him being a meditator, for 40 years. The truth is, I started when I was a little kid, playing in my parents' backyard, just learning motor skills about sports and becoming an athlete. But there were times when I would just want to sit and lie in the grass and look up into the sky and look at the clouds. And all of a sudden, I would just feel a sense of peace that would come over me, that would consume my body. And I would just find myself in awe of the total experience of feeling a certain kind of oneness with God, if you would, or the Creator, or whatever name you refer to when you think of something that might be out there greater than you. I felt that oneness. But what I also started to learn, it just evolved over time, was I felt that I had a secret weapon, some kind of competitive edge, if you would, a competitive advantage, if you would, over my competition in sports. I started to reflect and visualize and imagine success, and I was so shocked how often I would imagine something that would literally happen on the stage in football or basketball or track, just as I had imagined it. So I became a big fan of meditation in its primitive form. I didn't practice or read or study about it. I just did what I considered my form of meditation, which was simply to sit back, relax, and close my eyes. And if you master just that, you're well on your way to a long, productive road of happiness, healthier, wonderful experiences, less stress, just a happier art form of living your life, the game of life and how to play it. So let's begin, and let's talk about some housekeeping rules first and foremost. Number one, do not listen to this program if you're driving a vehicle, if you're operating heavy machinery. Please agree, 100% agreement here, that you will not listen to this program if you're driving a vehicle or operating heavy machinery. Now, I'm going to ring the bell. There it is. So past this point, if you continue to listen to me, you're saying, I agree, Tony, 100%, that I will not listen to this program while driving a vehicle or operating heavy machinery. We're good? Okay. So we continue now. What about meditation? What is it? Well, in its most layman's terms, it's a skill. It's an ancient art form. It's something that is practiced over time, like developing a muscle. If you're looking for short-term benefits, there are some. There are many. But the long-term benefits is what you are really doing the process for. Like brushing your teeth. Short-term benefits could be fresh breath, clean teeth, white teeth. Long-term, healthy gums, straight teeth, your teeth, permanent teeth, okay? So think about it like that. There's short-term and there's long-term. But if you only want some euphoric, altered state, then you may be disappointed, because that will not always be your experience, if ever. You have to recognize it's doing the process. It's the process that makes this all worthwhile. Practice makes permanent. Are you with me? So now, it says that meditation has been around thousands and thousands of years in my research, going back before Christ, before the Common Era. 5,000 years before the Common Era, there are wall pictures, art forms, wall art that shows men and women sitting in a meditative state with their eyes half closed, doing some sort of process that we now recognize as meditation. over 5,000 years before the Common Era. So that tells you this has been something that's been around for a long time. There's a lot of benefits to this process, and I hope you get on board with it today. Let me tell you, nothing has been more fulfilling for me than to recognize that I can control my own destiny. And one of the gateways to controlling my destiny is controlling my mind, controlling my body, controlling my emotions. And meditation is that process that does that for me. It will do that for you too. So I hope you recognize that. First, there's a couple of misconceptions here about fear. Let me just tell you about fear. There is nothing to fear. There's no power that can ever harm you when you meditate. There is nothing to fear. There's no power that can harm you. And at no time will you ever be out of control of your body, your faculties. You will always be in control. And you can always, at any time, if you choose to, open your eyes and deal with a situation. So just recognize your control here and know that you're going to become a student of the game. Let's do this. Are you ready? So we're going to close this part down and start our 3-minute meditation.